It's about periods. The movie kicks off in a happy new year, 1994. The year I was born. Coincidence? Or was this movie mathematically calibrated to target my specific inner child? Let's look at the evidence. Turning Red is a masterclass in plot development. Between the characters, the foreshadowing, and the entire story, this movie is absolutely spotless. Every single setup has a direct and satisfying payoff, wrapped in an anime-inspired brilliance and deep emotional intelligence. Chapter 1. Anatomy of an Airtight Script. As a cinematic forensic analyst, I was ready to pounce. Why does Ming think it's just a period? But then the script shuts me down 10 minutes later. The pacing is too disciplined to let a misunderstanding drag out. The foreshadowing with the cardboard panda suit is fun and hilarious, especially when you know the animators went with this over a furry version for budgetary reasons. Tyler constantly being in the background establishes him well and gives him the inside knowledge that May's mom is mad overbearing. And the scene at the Daisy Mart makes my mouth dry with how embarrassing it is. Ming is wearing the crystal constantly. It's very predominant on her outfit the entire movie. When it breaks, I thought to myself, where's the grandma's amulet then? The movie anticipated my questions though, and gives us a mini montage of the family's gems. This repetition isn't forced either. It feels genuine and gives the audience so many anchor points so they aren't shell-shocked by any way this plot goes. Chapter 2. Cultural specificity versus the corporate storefront. In Asian families, it's incredibly common for the man to be the master in the kitchen. As someone who cooks all the time and charms people with my home-cooked food, this hits home. The food is ultimately the family bonding piece. Turning Red doesn't give you a generalized, generic, cultural convenience store, elemental. It gives you a real family running a real historically grounded heritage temple. It feels alive because it treats the culture as a lived experience, not a set piece. The transformations are amazing in this. The lore behind how the red pandas came to be is super well thought out. The fact the blessing becomes a curse is pretty typical, but May being able to harness that is awesome. Also, this being the reason the mom is a helicopter parent is amazing. There's a reason for everything here, and it leaves very little in the idea of plot holes. Chapter 3. The basement philosophy and big emotions. Pixar dads can be absolute legends. Jin looks at his daughter's true chaotic self and doesn't tell her to hide it. He tells her to find its place. Happiness is an easy emotion to keep in the light, but if you don't find where your anger, your grief, your fear, and your anxiety fit in your life, then they will end up dictating everything for you. You never get over something by ignoring it. The panda isn't a curse, it's part of her that needs a seat at the table. I'm glad May thinks of her friends when she wants to calm down. She loves her mom, but that's a different type of love. Your friends choose you. Your family doesn't. It's found love over unconditional love, and it proves the writing in this movie is the best. Random facts. A $200 ticket from 2002 would be about $378 today. NSYNC tickets would have cost between $35 and $85 in 2002, but with the aftermarket, they could hit excesses of $300, so this isn't really that far off. The goofy laugh May does when she draws the picture of the boy took 4 weeks and 75 takes to get right. These are just in here out of nowhere because I didn't know where to put them in my script, or the part where I ask you to like and subscribe to the channel. May using the panda arm to throw the dodgeball reminds me of My Hero Academia. Red pandas climb trees in danger. That's why May climbs the building when her mom shows up. I didn't know this, but Billie Eilish wrote the song Nobody Like You. It's probably why it's a fucking banger. The concert takes place on May 25th, 2002, and they claim it will be performed under a lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse for May 2002 was on the 26th. Chapter 4. Generational Warfare and the Astral Plane. Kaiju Mom is my favorite part of this movie. We need more of these. Why did we get Sad Fish Part 2, but no more amazing ideas like this? There's absolutely no way no one died when she broke into the stadium, too. And Jesus fucking Christ, when May tells her mom off, it's the funniest shit ever.
I like gyrating!
The scale of the giant mom is amazing. This scene is one of the best anime fights brought to 3D. I was going to ask who pays for the Sky Dome, but they actually tie that loop up. I'm sure insurance would have, but it's cool they are raising the money. I love how May has become even more of a cultural ambassador now that she has embraced the red panda. My panda, my choice is the best way to integrate that kind of line. I forgot that they all turn. I fucking love this movie so much. I hadn't seen it since it came out, and rewatching it again was fucking amazing. I love how the family is the most important thing in the end for all of them, including the found family. Them all ending up in the astral plane together as kids kicks me in the balls every time. I have one dream, and it's to become a kid again and play with my kids one time. But it's also to make my parents kids and have them play with us too. I mentioned in the Ratatouille video, but it's so important to feed your inner child. I don't know how this movie didn't get more recognition. The scene of her walking her mom to the others is so fucking powerful. The mom's sorry to the grandma? Fuck, this movie is all just about generational healing. This is the Anti-Encanto. The mom apologizes to May and shares her fears too, humanizing her finally to her daughter in these moments before she goes into her journey into womanhood. Holy fuck, it's peak. So this review was just going to be used to compare how shitty the family in Encanto was, but I totally forgot how this movie also handles culture. I'm obviously not Chinese, but I feel like I've learned a bit more about Chinese culture through this movie, way more than I did through Encanto or Elemental. I don't even think Encanto is really good at representing cultural aspects of the very culture it's trying to depict, and Elemental's cultural translation makes the actual culture it's trying to represent feel lost. It also handles feelings of romance well. There is no real romantic beats in the movie, but May is a girl falling in love with a new boy every week, and that's age appropriate for her. My daughter does love this movie and watched it a lot at that time too, but I think the influences from this movie focused her more on friendships. She has super tight bonds with most of her friends, and she plays it up a lot like the friends do in this movie. Again, the ideas of romance and what May is feeling for boys is played off as fleeting and ever-changing. Her love for her friends and family is permanent though, and when she loses that, she focuses on getting it back because it left her with a bad feeling. It's the importance of familial and friendship dynamics that are this movie's major strengths. What am I even saying? This movie is all strengths. Writing the script isn't going to be easy, or it wasn't, because this movie is so tight and well-rounded. Everything I tried to pull apart just gets shut down in the next scene or a little while later. The foreshadowing and display here is also incredible. Ming constantly has her necklace out, and that's the thing that holds her panda. May dresses as a panda in the opening scenes. Honestly, just the character of Tyler has great callbacks and building. The fact that he is there when Ming embarrasses May builds on him blackmailing her later. Conclusion: the perfect 95%. All in all, I genuinely think this movie is perfect. It draws you in, builds its characters, and gives us so much growth. Basically, everyone has an arc. The story doesn't ever really feel forced, the plot moves well, and by the end, I just wanted more. And not in the same sense with Onward, where I could just take any story set in that world. Not so with this. I want to know what May gets up to when she's older. Does she ever have a kid? Does she lose her panda? Again, we're getting Toy Story 5, and from all accounts, it's actually pretty good. I haven't seen 4 because I really wish they all just died at the dump in 3.
Boo this man!
But why can't we get more of this? It has so much potential. COVID killed it, and that truly sucks. I think so many things came out during that period that just got snuffed because they didn't turn a profit. This movie is currently at a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's deserved. I just wish it could have seen the success translate into the box office. Maybe one day Disney will see the potential in this story again. Until then, I just want to say, have a wonderful time of your life, brother.